Hi guys. So just wanted to record this moment because this too shall pass. There are days where I say I can't wait for them to get out of diapers. I'm ready to graduate from Mercy and changing diapers. I can't wait for them to get older, to help me with chores, and plus it's just my back, my body. This is how we sleep. We're sitting on a couch now, but even when we're laying down, one is on the left, the other one's on the right. But I wanted to record this moment because this is very special. This is just kind of like how it is. She's wait, hey, don't do that to Ia. Look at how she's sleeping. It's so cute. It's baby Moia. Samson. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. We just all I woke up earlier, dropped off Baka at the BART. Then I did my reading, trying to just whatever that I needed to do for today. I called up the city to ask if we can convert our garage into a living space. I got the answer for that, and then I also had a call from the office about me to, doing some changes online to my account, and also I did some reading on. There's this podcast that I listened to yesterday. It's on YouTube as well. And the guy who was the guest on Bigger Pockets Money Show, he's actually a financial advisor, and he covered things like ways to lower your tax payment. Okay, so these are like at least four ways that he said. They call it tax shelter. This is where you shelter your money to avoid paying taxes on them. And of course, the first one he talked about was HSA, which is health savings account. For those of you who have a high deductible health insurance, you can actually qualify. I don't know if those are the only people, but they're definitely qualified to have an HSA account, savings account, HSA account, which is tax deferred. Or no, actually it's not tax deferred, it's just tax free. And that money can roll over as opposed to FSA, which is flexible spending account, I guess. And that money you have to spend within that year, within that tax year. So with HSA, you can roll that over if you don't use that money, which is for medical purposes. It's kind of like a savings account for medical purpose, okay? And you can roll that money over. So as long as you have that money, you can save it in there forever. It can actually be passed down to the next generation. Okay, so that's HSA. That's one way to save money without being taxed. Okay, and also Roth IRA, Roth IRA is another way to save money. That money it's taxed. It's right after tax. It's taken out of your paycheck after tax, but that money will grow. The interest and everything will grow tax free. Okay, and unless you withdraw it before you hit 59 and a half, which is retirement age, it's tax free. Okay, it's tax free. When you withdraw it, then it's tax free because you're already paying tax now, but the money grows. So if you are planning to be in a higher tax bracket later, this is a good chance to contribute to a Roth IRA. There are limitations for married couples. I think this year 2019 is 6,000, 20, and for singles it's or maybe I think it's 6,000 for singles and 70,000 for married, or something like that. Look, but it's around that number. Okay, and so there's HSA, there's Roth IRA, there's also the 529, which is the college savings, and that could be for you, for your kids, for your neighbor's kids, for anybody. Could be for anybody. Again, that's tax-free money. You can only use that towards education, of course, and if you want to go to school later on, or if you want to save that to your grandkids or your kids, that is free money. That, I mean, not free money, but money that's not taxed. Okay, so the fourth one is life insurance. Of course, he covered whole life insurance in this, and he did explain with an example of himself. His parents got him whole life insurance when he was 14, and when he turned 24, they rolled it over to him. Of course, it has to be done properly. With whole life insurance, because it has the cash value as opposed to term insurance, which you do not get the money until you die. That's the only way you get it. But with whole life insurance, you're building cash value. At the same time, you have life insurance in place. So, for example, he said the reason why he loves that's also a tax shelter money, because that money that you put in is tax free. Okay, and you can borrow from that money. So when you borrow from that, it's tax free into the account, and when you borrow, it's tax free as well. That's not considered income. That's still tax free money when you borrow. You borrow against your cash value. So if you have $6,000 in there, you can borrow $6,000 up to 75% or something also, right? Up to 80, but you can borrow a good amount of percentage from that cash value. So if you pass away, whatever money you have in there, you don't get either or, but you get, say for example, if your coverage was 200,000, you still get the 200,000. You don't get the cash value, but at the same time, you are able to touch that cash value while you're still alive. So you're looking at it as a savings, tax-free savings, plus that protection, that income protection. So you have both. You have that while you're still alive, and then you have something in place for should you go. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Those are the 4 ways you can have your money be sheltered from tax. HSA, health savings account, Roth IRA. He also talked about another way to do it is backdoor Roth IRA or backdoor IRA, which you do it to the traditional IRA, which is tax free now or tax deferred, and then roll it and then contribute it to your Roth IRA, and that contribution becomes tax free. I have to look at that again. I have to listen to that again so I can make sure I understand it better. But Roth IRA is second one, and 529, which is the college savings, and whole life insurance. And these are ways where people build wealth, not just for themselves now, but also for the next generations to come. Okay, and went from showing these two to sharing my little learning from yesterday, I believe, and he recommended a book that I'm basically gonna get. It's called The New Financial Advisor. Just the way the guy broke down everything and how he recommended this is one of the best books he's ever read. I really want to get it because I like the way he explained things. It made sense, and truly, and he has a financial service. So you see a lot of people, and even successful people, but their lifestyle also is what you want to look at also to see if they are the type of wealthy people that you want to follow or not. And he talks about contributing to charities, and that's a huge if you have money lingering around, would you rather use that to pay tax to the government, or would you rather just donate that money to some charities that you prefer? Okay, so I mean, giving is always the best thing, And the other thing that I learned was from another financial advisor that I follow, and he's a Christian, and I love following him because he challenges the norm. We are Christians, we do things financially according to how the wealthy do, right? But at the same time, we our allegiance is to God. So there's this thing called the pay yourself first. Okay, pay yourself first is like rule number 1 when you run a business, or if you want to become wealthy, is to pay yourself first, and then for bills and all of that, because that's how you save. But with this guy, he says, of course, as Christians, we know you pay yourself second. You pay God first, and then which is tithing or whatever, offering, and then you pay yourself second. So those are two things that I learned yesterday, and I'm really excited about. And yeah, so we are now gonna get up, get ready to begin our day at 2 in the afternoon. And that's just how our family is right now. You know, my word for this year was efficiency, and efficiency looks different for everybody. I feel like I'm doing a lot of stuff already, which today is the 15th. It's just past. You are created beautifully. That is my sister-in-law's channel, and my kids love that, and that's all he knows. It's you are created beautifully, and you are. As messed up as I look, I am created beautifully as well. Right, guys?
Yep. And can you please check out our channel, As We Bloom.
Wow.
Yeah. Peace. You are created beautifully.
All right.